is Samira, and we are going to do part 3 of this Let's Crochet Together gnome for Mardi Gras. And this one is going to be basically just a 4-row object, and you just need a little bit of skin color. This one is just scrap yarn I had laying around. I also have this for the next part, but for the most part, hopefully this works out. I am recording under StreamYard, and I don't know how it goes. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is what we're working on here. And row 1 is going to be a magic circle with 6 single crochets. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to close it. There we go. And then row 2. And this is just in continuous rounds. We're not slip stitching or anything. We're going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then increase in the next. Single, increase, one more time, single, last stitch is increase, all right, so you should have 9 stitches. I'm going to pull this tail just a little bit. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is 9. All right, so then the next row is just going to be a row of single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last stitch is 9. All right, I'm going to flip this over one last time, and then whatever's left of this tail is going to be used as stuffing, because you don't necessarily need to stuff. So the last row is just going to be a decrease row, which is going to single in the first and stitch the next 2 stitches together. So just front loop only. We'll do a decrease. 2, single, 3, decrease, 4, single, 5, decrease, 6. All right, so there you are with that tail on that last stitch. I'm just gonna, actually that's already on the inside. I'm just gonna stuff the rest of this. There you have it. I'm going to fasten off. Just leave a little bit enough so that you can sew it onto the face later. Substitute that. We'll use this to sew, but whatever remaining you have left, just stuff it in. So that's all you get. I'm going to leave this to the side. Use that for later. There you have it. A little nose. Okay, so for the next part, we're going to do some braids. And basically, I was going to use this cream color, but it's a little close to this nose, so I don't want to. What's that? Anyway, I don't want to be too close. So I found this skein is Premier Basic. I had to find the label. This is white shimmer. It's a 4-worsted Premier Basics, not sponsored. It was just in my bag I had in here. So I'm going to use this. You don't need a lot of it. Basically, you're going to be making 2 of the braids. And this is going to be, these are the only parts that you're going to have to sew onto. So you just take your yarn and then do a chain 4. Start with a slip stitch. And chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now you're going to go ahead and on the second stitch from the chain, so here's 1, and the back humps in a single crochet. That's 1, and then we're going to chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, and you're going to turn it over, and in the humps you're just going to slip stitch back down this chain. So that should be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, This one is 15. And then it should bring you right back to that stitch. You're going to jump over to the next one and do a single crochet and brought you back down to that chain 4. Now you're on stitch number 2, and then you're going to do it again. Chain 16, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 16. This is probably the longest part of it because you're slip stitching. This last one is 15. Then you should have one stitch left, which is this one, and you're going to single crochet in that one. And this tail, I just like to throw it over that last stitch and chain, kind of just like weave it back and forth. That way you don't have to sew it in later. Do the first 3 or 4 times. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch back down. And just ignore this tail. 14. Last one is 15. And you can just slip stitch back in that one and fasten off. Okay. And since we weave this in a little bit, you can just cut that piece off. And just had this one to, sew in later. So now you have these 3 strings or braids. I like to just pull it down just a little bit so they're all kind of the same size. Basically, what you're going to do is just braid these together. But you will need a tiny little piece of string to tie it together. So let's just go with purple, since you can do 1 purple, 1 green. I'm just gonna cut that in half. So just about 6 inches. So to braid, I don't know if you guys know how to braid, but you just basically cross this one over and this one over. It depends on how tight you want to make it. I just go back and forth. And then when you can't have any more left, then you stop. So depending on how tight you want it to be or how loose you want the braid to be, that's how many you'll have. So basically, once you get to where you can't go anymore, what you're going to do is just tie the bottom half together. Just need one. So just hold it together and lay it over the strand, and then you'll tie these 2 together. Just a quick knot, and try to tie it close to the bottom as possible without the braid falling apart. And do it as tight as you can without breaking the string. And I like to flip it over and do it one more on the other side. There you have it, a little braid. And then you can leave this if you want, or make a little bow. Look at, what if I put it on my little puppy? Okay, so you're going to do this one more time. Unless you just want one big long braid, it's up to you. So the chain count is however long you want it to be. The gnome is fairly short, because like this one here, as an example, I made too long. It's longer than the actual body, but it kind of curves in. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you at your own will to do one more of this. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day.